Welcome to this episode of Destination Dare. Every community in the Outer Banks has a story to tell, and this show brings that information to life. From Dare County history to current events, from government services to local profiles, we keep you entertained, informed, and up to date.
Created in 1979, the North Carolina Governor's Volunteer Service Award honors citizens who've shown concern and compassion for their neighbors by making a significant contribution to their community through volunteer service. Dare County's 2021 recipients are Beth Pallett from Meals on Wheels, Deanne Baum of Feline Hope, Breanne Clark Perry of the Dare County Baseball Program, Reha Ott of the Dare County Center, Marsha Lyons of Friends of Youth, the Restaurant to Reef Recycling Program, Gail and Angela Sinesso of Gem Adult Day Services Incorporated, and Larry Ogden of the Hatteras Island Community Emergency Response Team, whose name was forwarded to the Governor as Dare County's Medallion Award recipient, its highest honor for volunteers. I'm Lainey Reed, and as someone who's taken a deep interest in volunteerism in Dare County since I moved here about a decade ago, I nominated Gail and Angela Sinesso for their work in bringing socialization opportunities to people who are living with dementia or memory impairment. They've spent 23 years of their lives in Dare County working on behalf of people with disabilities.
GEM, or Gentle Expert Memory Care, is a program, a nonprofit program that we devised to provide care for people living with memory loss. And we provide this care in many different ways. We provide direct care to the person with memory loss in Harmony Cafe. We provide support to the caregivers. We also provide education and advocacy. Harmony Cafe is a program that involves both the person living with dementia and their care partner. And the program includes volunteers from all walks of the community. We meet in a church, so they donate the space. Volunteers to come in and teach exercise. We have volunteers to come in and provide lunch. And then we have another volunteer or two from the Dare County Arts Council who'll come and teach us a craft. And then it will end with live music, either thanks to Angelo, or the Riptides, or the Lost Colony Choir, or just playing Dixieland. So in 3 hours, we've had a very social event with many volunteer hours put in. Many of my volunteers come to me after the program and they say, "Thank you for letting me be a part of this. Volunteering helps me to help others," and I feel really good about that, to give them a good day.
Volunteer recognition is something that a lot of organizations don't think about. The Governor's Award takes a different bent. It comes out to us and says, if you have volunteers that you think have done an exceptional job in the community, now is your chance to nominate them. That makes North Carolina exceptional and Dare County exceptional too in promoting volunteerism, but also promoting the recognition of the volunteers. So it's not that tough. I went online to the Dare County site and I was able to do the application online. It also enabled me to learn a lot more about Gail and Angelo and just the amount of time they had put into the process.
There are so many volunteers and so many different programs here in Dare County that would benefit from being recognized, and we just are so thrilled that we were picked. And our community has thanked us most graciously.
Good morning and welcome. I'm Randy Wells, Fire Chief of Nags Head. I would like to thank all of the family, friends, co-workers, and our esteemed guests who have joined us today to recognize a very special member of our Ocean Rescue Division, Austin Fallon.
Courage, commitment, and compassion. These are core values for Nags Head's Fire and Rescue Department and are critical characteristics of first responders. On Friday, September 20th, 2019, Nags Head Ocean Rescue Lifeguard Austin Fallon genuinely personified and exhibited these characteristics during a heroic rescue.
So I'm Captain Matt Baer with the U.S. Coast Guard. I'm the Sector Commander for U.S. Coast Guard Sector North Carolina. And I'm here today. I presented a Silver Life-Saving Medal to Mr. Austin Fallon of the Nags Head Ocean Rescue, which, believe it or not, it's only the second one I've ever seen presented in my entire 27-year Coast Guard career. I think most of us would like to think that we would go out in the conditions he went out into, but he saved a life, and he went out in 10-foot seas over 100 yards offshore, and then when he identified the best way to save a life was to thread the needle through the Jeannette Pier, right here beside me. And that's a treacherous undertaking in calm conditions, let alone in 10-foot seas.
I was very fortunate to be out at Jeannette's Pier that September day, and very honored to witness what was a very terrifying situation. Fortunately, I had my camera on me. I had come out to actually to take pictures of the surfing competition that was taking place at Jeannette's Pier, and at first I didn't know what was going on, and then I realized that it was a rescue in progress and just kept shooting. What really struck me was the way that he looked the man in the eyes, and I could tell that he was really trying to keep him calm. That was what really struck me.
On behalf of the Secretary of Homeland Security, the Commandant takes great pleasure in awarding the Silver Life-Saving Medal to Austin Fallon, Nags Head Ocean Rescue. It was red flag, no swimming day at the beach, and yet somebody still chose to go in the water. And we're lucky we have heroes like Austin who are manning the beaches here in Nags Head and all up and down the eastern and western seaboard of the United States. But ultimately, it's on each of us as swimmers to make sure we don't put ourselves in peril.
4 years ago when I joined Nags Head Ocean Rescue, I was looking for a fun job, meet some new people, and I heard about Chad's program and that it was really challenging and rewarding. I never really thought that something like that could possibly happen because of all the preventative measures that we use, such as red flags and beach education. I'm very honored to receive this award, and I'm very proud to be a part of Nags Head Ocean Rescue and be around a lot of great people and good leadership and great friends. This is definitely my future.
Hi there. Y'all on vacation?
Yeah?
We're glad you're here. I'm making a video on safety tips and rules for people like you to remember when you make your vacation to the beach. What are your names?
Mark.
Cindy.
Great, Mike and Sandy. Want to help me out? Sure you do. Of course you're ready for your vacay at the beach, but are you prepared? First, you have to take care of you and your family. Smile for the camera. Now, what do you remember?
Kind of put us on the
Sunblock, hydration, swim near a lifeguard, and have a designated water watcher in your group if you have folks going in the water. Let's talk pets. Where's your dog, Mork and Mindy?
Well, we don't have one.
What? No dog? No problem. I brought mine. Oh, down, Bruno. KDH, that's Kill Devil Hills, doesn't allow dogs on the beach from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Why? Because KDH loves dogs. Right, Bruno? Mitch, do you know how hot the sand can get in the summer sun?
Hot?
What about you, Candy? Any guesses?
Really hot? And it's Mark and Cindy.
With summer temps like that, dogs' feet can get burned in the hot sand. That was close, Bruno. What are your thoughts on seawater, Mandy?
What?
It's a simple question, Mandy. Who should be drinking seawater?
Fish!
Exactly! Take this fish right here. He's supposed to be in the water, drinking the water, swimming in the water, doing all the fishy things that he does in the water. Do not let your pets drink salt water. It can cause digestion issues and even death.
Okay.
And don't forget your trash.
You're the one littering.
Nobody's placing any blame here, Clyde. Just remember to put your trash in the proper place. And don't feed the wildlife. They can't eat your snacks.
What is going on?
I don't know. This guy just keeps popping up out of nowhere telling us beach safety tips.
Is it normal?
What's he doing now?
Holes! That's something else. It's fun to dig around the beach, but make sure you fill in holes because it can be dangerous for beachgoers. It can cause problems for wildlife like turtles, and it can hamper emergency service vehicles like lifeguards patrolling the beach. Plan for the environment around you, like watching for tide changes, so you don't begin on the sand and end in the water. And don't leave items like chairs or tents on the beach overnight. I know you guys don't want to have to lug stuff back and forth, but KDH Town Code prohibits items left on the beach overnight, and they will be disposed of. Again, it's a safety thing. Wait, Pedro and Tina, don't forget the old reliables. Swim near a lifeguard and with a flotation device. Stay hydrated. Know your limitations. Have a designated water watcher if you have folks in the surf. And always, if you have questions, ask a lifeguard.
You know, I don't even think he was actually making a video. He used the camera like once. Yeah.
And now he's taking our car.
And always lock up your personal possessions because crime doesn't take a vacation.
My name's Andy Stewart. I'm the town manager for the town of Kitty Hawk. We're standing at the Dare County Connector Trail in the town of Kitty Hawk. This trail is being constructed to connect to a 1.8 mile trail called the Birch Lane Trail. The project came about by our town council. They had the idea. We had a council member that walked the trail frequently and thought it would be a good idea to somehow make a connection to the Dare County Park. We're excited about the project.
We started this project in April of this year, and its sole function is trying to keep people off the highways and out in the woods. We've been employing different processes to try and make it as environmentally impact resistant as possible. We have, on this part of the trail, we have 2 boardwalks connected by a gravel path. The first boardwalk is about 223 feet, and then there's about a 200 foot of gravel path, and then there's another boardwalk that's about 120 foot long. Again, connecting into the Birch Lane Trail, which is about 1.5 miles. So altogether, it's quite a bit of access that will be afforded by this trail. One of the things that we'll do at the end of this project is walk the machine out the way that the trail goes back toward the highway rather than work our way back through the marsh again. And as we go, we'll clear the trail and make it more accessible and easier for folks to use. Folks from the Wildlife Refuge are going to walk the trail with us and help us decide what we can clear and what we can't clear, so that everybody's on the same page.
Kitty Hawk Public Works is looking forward to taking care of this trail once it's complete. A good thing about it is connected to the Dare County Park, which has bathroom facilities, playground, picnic facilities, which gives people a great place to park and get out and enjoy nature at its finest.
The project is being funded 100% by grant funds. The North Carolina Recreational Trails Program is funding approximately $90,000 of the project, and then also the Dare County Tourism Board has funded about $40,000 of the project. So the project's being 100% funded by grant funds. The connector trail will hopefully open up the Kitty Hawk Woods area to more recreational uses is our hope as the town, and we're just excited that the project is nearing completion. Hopefully we'll have this project open midsummer.
As a homeowner, you can get a lot of debris laying around your yard, say from a storm or you've been doing some landscaping. The Southern Shores Limb and Branch Removal Program is here at your disposal to clear any acceptable brush or debris if needed. But there are some guidelines to abide by. Know that the town of Southern Shores is divided into 4 specific sectors for the program. Be aware of your specific sector. To locate your sector and the pickup schedule of your sector, please see the alphabetical street listing calendar on the town's website. Remember, sectors are important. Know that you can place brush out the week prior to your scheduled week And be sure it's definitely out on the Monday morning of your week. The contractor will only make one pass per street to clean up. Remember that the service is only available for brush cut by homeowners. It is not for contractors, landscapers, or anyone doing major lot clearing. Here are some guidelines to help the program run more efficiently. Any pile exceeding 12 feet long by 4 feet high will be considered a major lot clearing and not picked up. Only one single pile of hand-stacked brush per month is allowed. Again, not exceeding 12 feet long and 4 feet in height. And all the cut ends need to be facing towards the road. No exceptions. Individual limbs can be up to 8 feet long with a maximum diameter of 5 inches. The width across the branches of a single limb cannot exceed 3 feet. There are only 3 types of acceptable brush that will be chipped: limbs, branches, and vines. Piles should be placed within 10 feet of the roadside in front of your property only. Do not stack near utilities or fire hydrants. So there you have it, the Limb and Branch program, saving homeowners trips to the dump and creating beautiful landscapes. I'm Barry Price.
So today, we're building this rain garden for the town of Duck. And you say, well, that looks like a muddy hole right there, but right now it is. But what it's going to be is a basin that'll trap stormwater, and that stormwater will be treated by plants that we're going to install there once we get the grades correct. Rain gardens offer all kinds of benefits. In this particular case, there was a problem with flooding. The rain garden is going to alleviate that. But it also traps any kind of stormwater runoff. The plants then take up the nutrients from the stormwater, so it's not released into the natural stream, which goes right back here and right into Currituck Sound. It also provides some minor habitat for wildlife. It's also going to be aesthetically pleasing because the plants we're installing have all different colored blossoms. We've got blues and reds and yellows. So on this particular rain garden that we're building for the town of Duck, we have 2 different types of plants. The ones that go down to the bottom where it's always wet, they're called obligate wetland plants. And then across the top we have 2 concentric rings of the ferns, which are facultative wetland plants. So they don't need to be wet all the time, but they like to be near moisture. So if you're considering a rain garden for your property here in Duck or anywhere, then you just have to pick a place and understand that there's all different levels of rain gardens. This is a simple one where we're basically digging a hole and adding plants. But there's all types of things you can do with layers of gravel to trap the water. Then you could make it a landscape bed like any other flower bed, and you wouldn't even know there was water under there. So you might have to consult an engineer if you want to get fancy about it, and probably you're going to want to check with your codes compliance officer. It's not really that daunting a task, and it'll provide a huge benefit for your property, your foundation, wildlife, appearance, aesthetics, all those items.
Well, it's been 2 months now since our new wetland was installed. And as you can see, we have a lot of wonderful plants growing, and you can see the water drained off of where it used to puddle up by the road, being collected in this pond. It's being filtered by some of these wonderful wetland plants we have, and then being released out into the sound.
Dare County Soil and Conservation District has grant funding available to assist owners with stormwater wetlands, rain gardens, and the associated plantings. They can help you with the grant application as well as the design. The stormwater wetland you see behind us was partially funded by the Community Conservation Assistance Program, and a larger example of something you might be able to accomplish on your property to help address stormwater and/or flooding concerns.